Welcome to the Urban One 2018 show with your host, Wayne Johnson, the talk show dedicated to uplifting and motivating individuals from all walks of life. Each week, we have the privilege of hosting incredible guests who provide incredible insights on a diverse range of topics. From local influencers to esteemed regional and national figures, they will share their experiences and wisdom to ignite positive change in our communities. Get ready for another captivating episode of the Urban One 2018 show with your host, Wayne Johnson. Let's embark on this journey of inspiration together.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Urban One 2018. I'm your host, Wayne Johnson, Urban One 2018 talk show, and we have a special guest here with us today, Shinora Redmond. She's the Executive Director, Main Street Atmore. Man, it's going to be some exciting information. We got some questions we're going to talk about today, bringing you some insightful information about entrepreneurship, business opportunities, and growing our community with our youth and bringing everybody into the picture that want to be a part of this culture that's moving forward. And right now, we're going to take another commercial break, and then we'll be right back with Miss Shinora Redmond. Thank you.
Welcome, everyone, to the Urban One 2018 show. I'm your host, Wayne Johnson, and I'm thrilled to have you here with me today. As we embark on this exciting journey together, I want to let you know that this show is all about you, the topics, the questions, and the ideas that matter most to you. So whether you're a curious mind looking to learn something new, a seasoned professional seeking a fresh perspective, or just someone who loves good conversation, you're in the right place. Each episode of the Urban One 2018 show is designed to bring you a mix of thought-provoking interviews with some of the brightest minds in the industry. We'll explore the issues that are shaping our world today and uncover the trends that will shape our future. So sit back, relax, and let's dive right in. The Urban One 2018 show is here to guide you through the complexities of modern life and help you make sense of the world around you. Thanks for tuning in, and let's get started.
Hey, welcome back. I'm your host, Wayne Johnson, Urban One 2018 talk show. Like I said, special guest, Shinora Redmond, Executive Director, Main Street Atmore. Miss Shinora, would you introduce yourself to your audience, please?
As you said, I'm Shinora Redmond. I'm with Main Street Atmore. I've been a part of Main Street since we were designated as a city in 2020. I started out as the co-director. I would say I was a part of the board at that time. I was the co-chair for the board, and the last 2 years, I've been the executive director.
Wow, awesome. There's our contact information right there. And we got 4 questions we want to get into, and I'm going to go over the 4 questions, and then we'll come back and start talking about the first, going through the first one. And so our first question is, we're going to talk about Main Street benefits in the city, starting more entrepreneur classes and grants availability, and then, the advantages of opening a business in the district. And so the district we have some pictures of the district we'll show you a little bit later on, but I'm excited about the knowledge and all the things that Shinora brings to the table for us, being, here in the area of Atmore, being available to people that want to start a new business, want to go and see what Atmore has to offer, and just let this be your starting point to reach the world from here in Atmore, Alabama. Mm-hmm. And so Atmore is doing some great things. We had some new opportunities that have come along, so I'm excited today. So let's get into our first question. Ms. Shinora, talk about Main Street, the benefits in the city.
Okay. So whenever you go to a city, every city has a downtown. Yeah. And for us, ours just happened to be directly on Main Street. Yeah. And then when we speak of downtown, we're talking about the moms and the pops, like local people that own stores. You don't see a lot of the big box. It's about the community. And for each city, that's the heart of their city is their downtown. Okay. And as we both know, our downtown was dead for a long time, after the Strand closed, and it wasn't a lot of stores downtown. You could see the little tumbleweed actually. And so the revitalization of those 2 buildings brought a lot. Yeah. But prior to that, the Pride of Atmore and the city of Atmore, when they were together, they decided to become a Main Street community. Okay. You go through a lot of application process in order to qualify. Okay. One of the main qualifiers is when we became a historic downtown. Main Street is about the restoration of historical buildings.
Oh, okay.
And it's also about keeping mom and pop businesses
Open.
And keeping your downtown filled with these people.
Right.
We want people to live downtown, and
wow.
so we go on a 4-point system. It's national. You got Main Street America, you got for us Main Street Alabama, and then you have your cities, Main Street Atmore. So we're 3-tier. You go through the national, state, then on a local level. Wow. They have a 4-point proven system, whereas that you come into your city and you organize first and foremost.
Okay.
Nothing can be done in chaos. You need to organize on what you're trying to accomplish.
Right.
You need to promote your downtown.
Right.
Meaning that's the job, to make sure their registers are ringing.
Okay.
You want to make sure everybody down there is prosperous, because you want them to stay. You don't want the turnover. And then you want to design, which we can see all the time. All the new buildings are getting painted, new signs, all of that stuff. Most of that stuff is paid. We pay 50%.
Oh, wow. That's great. That's
and
great.
So sometimes we may come and we may say, hey, we can help you pay to fix that cracked window.
Okay.
So we kind of usher people into doing things for
Some
their own
business stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's more easier to do something if someone's handing you some money to help.
Right.
Yeah. So you want me to do something, but what are you going to do to help me to do that?
Wow.
And then we have economic vitality.
Mm-hmm.
And
talk about that economic vitality. What basically to someone that doesn't have any, just have a lot of little common sense, talk about that a little bit.
And it's a big word. It just basically mean that we have money. Mm-hmm. We have money downtown and we're worth money. We make sure that we bring the value of what's downtown or to the value of Atmore. We try to keep it vital. Okay. So basically, in layman terms, that's all it means. And
mm-hmm.
and if Main Street is to be simplified, we are a glorified chamber of commerce, but we only work with a small number of businesses. A small district. And so
that district, I mean, we was talking one time, you was talking about with the old, tell people where that district is from point A to point B.
Okay, so if you look from Burger King, which is on Nashville, or mm-hmm. our Main Street,
right.
It goes from Burger King to the other side of Ashley Street, all on Main Street,
right.
A little bit beyond the tire place.
That red building.
That red building. We go to that abandoned building that we need to fill.
Okay.
And it goes across to the radio station.
Okay.
All the way to Trammell. It goes back up Trammell.
Okay.
Okay. And so let's say if you're going in the other direction, we do cover some of Church Street, but it's just to the Addictive Fitness.
Okay.
That's just beyond Pensacola, right before Louisville.
Okay, I got you.
Well, not Louisville. I think that's Presley.
Okay.
And we go to the other side. We go all the way up to Pepsi and then up through Presley. And we include B&B Western, which sits on the corner of Ridgely Street and Presley.
Okay. Yes. Mm-hmm. Great.
So it's about over 170 what we call units.
Okay.
In that area where you can have a business or you can make apartments.
Oh, make apartments.
Yeah, we include the top of a building.
Okay.
A lot of them downtown can be apartments. We can have upstairs living there. Wow. And that's a goal for us to get living downtown.
Downtown. Mm-hmm. Okay. Wow, man. Is it pretty expensive to do something like that, or how does that work?
Honestly, it is less expensive to start a business in that district than to go to any of the other shopping centers in town.
Okay.
And that.
I'm showing a picture of it right there. Downtown.
Yeah, like all of these buildings right here on Ridgely, they've been revitalized, and these owners bought these buildings very low. So their investment is going to probably triple.
Oh, man.
Because of the investment of downtown Atmore.
Hey, let's show that again, because see, I'm trying to adjust my camera. Anyway, I made a mistake. I had an opportunity to buy maybe one or two of these buildings, and I didn't do it. And I was like, wow, the price was just like, I think they were like $30,000.
Yeah, they were. That's right. That's the price point. Yeah. And some of them might have been 25.
Yeah, and so I was like, I kept telling my wife that I kept, procrastinating, and I didn't do it. I wish I had did it, because I think it was two buildings that I wanted. Where the tire shop, I wanted that building. Mm-hmm. Then I wanted the one where I think First National Bank had, where the Chamber of Commerce, where the Commerce building. Mm-hmm. I wanted that one. But anyway, too late. But here we are today, going forward, moving forward, and what God is going to do in the city of Atmore. I think Atmore, we're creating a platform where where I think it's moving forward. The city.
It really
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
It is. And it's a conscious effort to make our city look like the demographics that we are. I
Okay.
mean, it's on the format of all of that. It's at the, because if we think about, we are 56% African American.
Mm.
I think we're about 49 or 46% Caucasian, and then we have the 4% of Porch Creek Indians.
Okay, great.
But the thing about that, what is not counted is that Porch Creek is considered their own nation.
Okay.
And that's what people have to understand. When you cross over into Porch, you're in like you have went to Italy.
Okay.
And so that's not, their numbers are not included in Atmore numbers.
Okay. So it's totally separate.
Yeah, it's totally separate.
But they bring a lot of flavor to the game.
Oh, yes, they do.
And so really the casino changed the game. And I know a long time ago it was people, so the casino has really changed the game. And I was talking to a friend of mine, and he was telling me about his pastor years ago, and they would ride through there. His pastor used to tell him, he said, I see this is going to be a little city up here. And the guy that was telling me that would hear his pastor say that, he said, I know you're good, but you ain't that good. So God was just showing him that Atmore was going to be a productive city and a place where businesses could launch. And like the incubator where we are right now, several successful business has launched from there. And so what we're saying to our youth today with Miss Shinora Redmond, executive director of Main Street Atmore, I'm telling you, sometimes in seasons that God offers up an opportunity to get knowledge and become entrepreneurial minded and build a business and leave a legacy for our family. And so here this young lady has come here, done some great things in Atmore, and we're so proud of her, glad to have her. And we was running back and forth trying to get this interview started, but we got it today. So I'm excited to have her here. So let's go into our second question. We talked about, Main Street, the benefits of Main Street, and what about starting more entrepreneur classes?
Yes. So
talk about that a little bit.
This class basically started, like I said, there's Main Streets all around the country. And they had a young entrepreneur class in Monroeville called Buoy, Business Understanding and Opportunities for the Youth.
Yeah.
But it only covered a sophomore in high school to 30 years of age, which we found very young to fill our buildings. So we started our Start More, which is start making opportunities a reality for entrepreneurs.
Wow.
So we want you to make what you have, your idea, to become a reality. And we teach you to become a solid business owner.
Okay.
We partner with the SBDC, which is a small business development center with Miss Yolanda Johnson,
right? Yeah.
Which is a part of the SBA. She helps and she comes in, and we have monthly classes.
Right. Okay.
And she meets with you on a 30-minute basis over the phone. We can get in-house.
Talk about the monthly classes, where they're online or they're here held in Atmore.
Yeah, they're held in Atmore.
Okay.
We hold those classes right now we hold them at the Encore, which is the Encore at the Strand. So it's the rental venue of the Strand. Okay. And we usually meet at 4:30 now. Okay. It's usually anywhere from an hour and a half to 2 hours, or however long those people want to stay there and get educated. Right. We give them all the knowledge that we can pack into.
I came to one of those meetings one time.
You were at the kickoff.
Yeah, and but I didn't know they'll have them every month, so I need to start coming back to get educated.
Yes.
And so the entrepreneur classes, what would you tell our youth about attending those classes once they got out of school?
Listen, knowledge is power. And we have a perfect example. There's a 17-year-old, when she graduated, she talked her parents into investing into her boutique. And they took her college fund, and that's what they done for her.
Okay.
And so she's retroactive and going through the class. But as a young person, no one should know your business better than you, or even as an adult.
Right. Yeah.
But we teach them how to know their taxes. We teach them how to budget, not just their business, but their own life. If a business owner is going to be solid, they have to have a strong, personal income. And we can teach them how to do a whole business plan. We go through the entire business plan with assumptions.
Right.
And we make you understand that, you may sell this shirt for $20.
Right.
And you think you're making a lot of money. But if you're going to market and you're paying $10 for this shirt, which is usual markup to $20. But did you take into consideration you have to pay shipment to get it to you?
Right.
That you have to pay for the hanger that it hangs on in your store.
Right.
Oh, what about the bag?
Yeah.
You have to pay for the bag. You have to pay for the shipping. Oh, and guess what? You have to pay $2 in tax. So you're making $3.
Right. Come on now.
Are you really making any money?
Money, that's right.
So
Yeah.
that's the way we break it down to make sure that that your business is successful.
Right.
And sometimes it's a hard pill to swallow that, hey.
Yeah. But then to again, I've just started some things that we're doing, Gulf Coast Family Network.
Mhm.
But what I want to say to our youth and say to everybody that's out there, the skill sets and knowledge that you learn there, it goes into every aspect.
Every aspect.
So whether you're a business owner, whether you're working, you're a supervisor, or you're moving up to any position in life, whatever, these skill sets, it's gonna benefit you. It's gonna make you more valuable. It's gonna create more income if you come and get educated by somebody that already know the skill sets and show you the ins and outs of being successful.
It is every aspect, because even for the young entrepreneurs that are coming through and not ready, but they're receiving the knowledge, you understand from a young person's perspective how important it is to come to work. Because as a small business, when someone doesn't show up for you, you got to do it yourself.
Right.
So they learn the respect of the business world.
Right.
So no matter where they go, they're thinking about everything that comes to that bottom line. Everything's about that bottom line. If you're not at work, it costs that company money. So you learn what it's costing people. My son, he has a regular 9 to 5, but in the carpet business that we own, our cleaning company, if someone doesn't come to work and we've scheduled it, he gets it head on that now I have to go clean this before I go to work. Yes.
Right.
So you can learn the loyalty to whomever you're working for.
Yes.
And the respect for it. That's one of the biggest things I think that they pick up on as a young person. And to really have an understanding of business, you would be amazed before Main Street how many people were in business downtown that didn't have all the things they needed, the licenses and all that things, because they didn't know any better.
Right. Yeah. They were just going through.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sir.
And so like myself, oh man, I'm telling you and so I was talking to Miss Cross the other day, and I went down to speak with her. I was just trying to check to make sure I had all my T's crossed and dotted. But here it is, this entrepreneur thing, learning also how money works. And so I got involved with some people maybe in February, and it was just from an insurance position that I started, and didn't really realize that it was going to take me deeper into some things that I really knew about retirement, show me how money works, mutual funds, annuities, and they were offering 2 licenses, an insurance license and a security license, Series 6 and 63, and most brokerage firms like not TD Ameritrade, but Fidelity, Invesco, and all those guys, their guys, they have Series 7. So here, the commission that they get off of all these investments, all the baby boomers and stuff like that. And I said, man, wow. So they gave me and showed me something that I didn't know. And then when I came down to the meeting with you guys, here it is. I'm 66, and so here I'm still in the game because you know what I'm saying.
Exactly.
And so what I'm saying to our youth and young people, this game is a prosperous game. When you learn how money works and you learn how business works, let me tell you something. You on the road to changing your life, changing your community, and being successful.
Yes,
because
sir.
you're changing you're changing everything about your mindset. That entrepreneurial mindset is very, 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 very important. Would you say so?
It's imperative.
Yeah.
It's imperative, because you have to have that, because even with a job, you have to learn how to be that entrepreneur to move forward for raises, for positions.
Yeah.
You need to know more about money management, and it all boils down to your money. I mean, because time is money.
Yeah, because everything you look at after you finish working 40 years, you cannot transfer your paycheck. You can't transfer your paycheck to somebody else, because why? When you leave the company, you leave that paycheck, you leave all that stuff with it, but you can transfer assets. And so when you learn, that's basically what she said. You're going to learn business create a wealth mentality. It creates an opportunity of success that you can begin to transform not only your life, but your friends and all the associates that you come. Let me tell you this little story since we're talking about this. I was watching, Wall Street Trapper. I don't know if you ever heard of him. So Wall Street Trapper. He's from New Orleans, from the Ninth Ward in the hood. So Wall Street, he was a drug dealer, and so he would rob all the drug dealers So they couldn't go tell the police when he didn't want to work and all of that. So Wall Street Trapper, he's a very successful guy now. And so my mentor, George Sanders, was telling me about him because he listened to it. So Wall Street Trapper. And so here's Wall Street Trapper. I mean, he was telling me his story. And he was saying that when he went to prison, he could read well. And so he got put in prison for something, 10 years or whatever. But he got put in prison in lockup. He was fighting with a white collar guy that had committed a crime. He embezzled $2 million. So Wall Street Trapper is in there with him in lockup for 45 days. And so then Wall Street, that's his nickname, Wall Street Trapper. He started fighting with another guy, and the guy that was in lockup with him, he said, man, y'all played the game all wrong. And he said, what you mean? He said, let me tell you something. He said, I embezzled $2 million. I had to pay a $500,000 fine. I got 3 years. He said, I'm out of debt 6 months, 2.5 years. I'm getting out. I'm gonna have 2.5 million. You got 10 years. When you get out, you're not gonna have anything. And so Wall Street Trapper said he went back, and this guy spent 45 days with him, and he changed his mindset about success, business, and stuff like that, because now he showed him how the stock market worked. And so he went back, and when he got out of prison, he went back to doing what he normally do. And so influence is a very powerful thing, but when we give our youth another tool, we give them another leg up. We give them and begin to show them that the money that could be made in these positions, you know, you got your insurance license, you got your securities license, you learn how the stock market work. So here it is, you changing your life. And this is what really got me about Wall Street. He said, Trapper, he said, I went back to my homies. They were just hood people. He said how he was trying to figure out how to take what he knew when he went to Wall Street and start learning how to, you know, get successful on the stock market and stuff like that. He said, how can I go back and break it down into the terms and bring it back to the street knowledge and get my homies that I left to do the same thing I'm doing. And he said he went back and started breaking down that terminology, what they were using on Wall Street. And he told them, he said, they're doing the same thing we doing out here in the street, but they're just doing it legally. And so he convinced a lot of the guys that he ran with that in those gangs in New Orleans, and they start doing what he was doing. It turned out to be very successful. So the transformation comes by having access and knowledge to what the American system and all of these systems are put in place to prosper us.
Yeah.
And so we want to bring our youth. That's basically what I want to do. And I want to start doing something on Monday at 10 o'clock, money in the marketplace. Because when you show people like myself and you show, these young people, they're very smart and very talented. They just need something. We need to put something in front of them so they can take it. Yeah, come on now. We're tired of giving you a fish, but we're going to show you how to fish so you can, you be successful. And so I've seen so many stories like Wall Street Trapper and things that come to our community, come to our youth. And sometimes when I go over to, MLK Day at the middle school, these kids are very smart and very talented. They are. And so that's what I want to do. And that's why I'm starting doing these interviews to bring that Atmore has some talent. And then, when they did the Scammy County High School, all the people that came from there and the things that they accomplished, I was like, wow. I said, we need to tell our youth that and get them excited about making money. So let's go to our second question, man. Great interview. I hope y'all enjoyed that. We talked about the benefits of in the city. We talked about entrepreneur classes, and this is the one I think everybody's gonna like. Grant availability.
Yeah.
Talk about that a little bit.
So the grant availability, for me, sometimes it's hard. It hurts my heart that I can only help you if you're inside the district.
So that district. You got to be inside that district.
You got to be in the club.
Got to be in the club. You got to be in the club.
Yeah. And then, like I said, this is from a national level.
Yeah, okay.
So we can lose funding if your address doesn't fall in those things. But there's so much that a young person or older person, any entrepreneur can get done starting downtown. We just got a new grant program that's from Alabama this year.
Okay.
So we have on a regular day, any day of the week, we have 2 grants that you can apply for once a year. So that means you can apply today, get your grant, and then that means that January 1, you can apply again. So we have a facade grant. And basically all facade mean is the front of your building.
Okay.
The facade means anything that people are using to enter your business.
Okay.
So let's say if the side of your building had your sign and it has an entry and a parking lot,
Yeah.
that's a facade. So we help with that. So that's how you get your building painted.
Okay.
That's how you get signage. And we will pay one half of that up to $7,000.
Okay.
So that's the first 3,500.
Okay.
Okay. So,
Right.
if something looks good, it's like, okay, well, they looking better. You may walk on the inside and it needs some work.
Right.
So we had a redeveloper come through.
Yeah.
A real estate redeveloper. And that's what he told us. He's like, listen, you're putting lipstick on the pig because you've helped them to paint this building. But when I go in, their ceilings are leaking.
Right.
Their hangers are not right. He says, you're going to have to help them with every aspect.
Right. Okay.
So last year, we tapped into what we call a rainy day fund, and that will help you with your inside.
Okay.
It'll even help you with your roof because it's not a facade, right?
Okay.
It will help you with the side of your brick home, your brick building if it's messing up.
Okay.
That's not a facade, so we can help with that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's again up to a $7,000 project, $3,500.
Wow.
Guess what? That's $7,000.
Yeah, that
free money.
Add free money
that you can invest into yourself.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And so talk a little bit about, say, the cost of renting a space there. And talk about.
Okay, I wasn't through with the grant.
Oh, okay. Oh, go ahead. Oh, excuse me.
There's also, we have a micro loan, which is an interest-free loan that if you don't have your half of the $7,000, you can borrow that.
Okay.
From us with no interest.
No interest.
So you start your $7,000 project with no
money down, no out of pocket.
No out of pocket.
And
then you pay it back interest-free.
Free, right? Okay.
Interest-free. And you can do that every year. Until you pay it back. You can't do it every year, but until you pay it back.
Okay, then once you can redo it. Okay.
On top of that, Main Street, Alabama is giving 5 businesses a marketing grant.
Okay, wow.
And they can buy things like what we call swag, with their business name on it. They can buy bags. They can do their website.
Okay.
Any kind of marketing. That's a $1,000 grant that's available to 5 people.
Right. Yeah.
And this year they blessed us with a really good grant. We get $10,000 that we can spread out.
Okay.
We can give it to 5 people, 10 people, however we see fit.
Okay.
But we're gonna wait and see how many people are interested to pitch a new part of their business or to pitch their business.
Okay, I got you.
And in the winter, we'll get a chance to go to regionals. Okay. At regionals, you can win another $10,000. You don't have to split. It's yours.
It's yours. Oh, wow.
So if you win at regionals, which we have 3 regions, and at regionals, you'll have 1 winner from each region, but there'll be 2 wild cards. So you got twice that you could win.
Wow.
And when you go to state, you can win $25,000. So an additional $35,000 for your business.
Wow. Wow.
And so can you imagine starting your business? And we've had this to happen, and you have an extra $10,500 that you don't have to take out of your pocket or out of your pool or what you already knew from your business plan that you would need.
And that makes a huge difference.
Yes, a huge difference.
Because I was thinking about upgrading some stuff, get some new cameras and stuff like that, and so that's anywhere from maybe $3,000, $5,000, and stuff like that. Wow, that's great. The grants, man, I'm telling you. And so if you want some information about that, so let me put Miss Shinora information back up here on the grants. I know that was a eye-catching thing. It caught my ear when I saw it. We was talking about it. So here's the contact information right here. You got a phone number right here, 251-251-9787. Then here's our website, mainstreetatmore.org. And so she's ready to go. And I'm trying to tell you, we are happy to have her here. And so we're just going to show you a few pictures of downtown Main Street. No, let's show a picture here let's show this picture here before we go to our next. So talk about this picture here a little bit.
Mr. Eddie told us, very great man. He was the first quote unquote president of PCI, Porch Creek Indians.
Okay.
He was very vital in them becoming a country. And he sits on our board.
Wow.
Awesome. So that's another thing. If you are a part of us in our Start My program, you get access to these people and they know your name.
Okay.
So it always helps that somebody in the room knows your name.
That's right.
And so he got Man of the Year. And I was out there with Mr. Eddie and we took that picture because he's one of the most influential members of our board.
Wow.
If you've never seen the Forgotten Creeks. is one to see.
Okay.
He was one of the first people. He was the first person in Porch Creek to graduate as a high school.
Okay.
High school period.
Period. Okay.
He was the first one, and that's only because his mom moved him over to Florida.
Okay.
So he could go to school. He was the only Indian that had a real job and a credit card.
Oh my!
It was but he's just as humble now as he was
back then. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Some people never change. Wow, man! I tell you, opportunities. Sometimes when it looks darkest, sometimes it's when the best opportunities in life come, because it pushes you into a place where you want to make a change in your life. And this is the thing. We're going to show another one here for you, another picture of you. Whatever you want to do in this season, I'm telling you, opportunities are coming to youth, to our community, to Atmore. And so success is always what advertising itself.
Mm-hmm.
It may not look like what you think it's going to look like, but when you open the door, like you said, and you look in behind it, it's an opportunity, because you're going to meet people. Mm-hmm. And people always open the door to success and create an important opportunity for you to change your life. So let's go here. We got another picture of you here. Talk about this guy here.
Oh, that's Freddie. Freddie, his real name is Alfred Alviso. He's a part of our board. Freddie is a graduate of the United Bank Incubator. He started his business there. He's been in business, but he was over there 2 years.
Okay.
And he ran his business out of the incubator. So he got all of the knowledge from the SBDC, any of the entrepreneurship things that we had going on. And he's now in his own building.
Wow.
And he bought the old ambulance building. If you go by there, it's one of the most. Yes. And he's a product of our facade grant.
Okay.
So if you look at that building, you remember it was peeling when they.
Yeah, and then they put it the painted right across from the North Street Atmore branch.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. Okay.
From that First National Bank.
Yeah. Huh?
And those are the projects that we are part of.
Okay.
Now, granted, Freddie put in way more money than we did.
Yeah.
But that $7,000 project, we gave it to him,
right? So,
and helped him with it.
Oh, come on now. So I've heard that some businesses come out. I think the pressure washing business came out of there.
Yes, it did.
Yeah, and I think it became very successful and moved. And so so a friend of mine, Miss Ann, she invited me to the incubator, and so I went down, and so she kept telling me about it. And I just want to tell you this little story, because why? Just what you talked about, those two people. Mm-hmm. Small beginnings, but look at where they are. Look at where they are now. Mm-hmm. And still humble and still able to have access to the knowledge and the skill set that they bring to the table, that you can sit down and talk to them, and just load your mind and load your expectations on what going and be successful like they are. Mm-hmm. Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. So let's go here. We're going to show you another one. I want to show you this right here. That's Main Street Atmore, right?
Yeah, that's when the tumbleweeds were going downtown.
And then now we moved on up a little bit.
Yeah, we moved on
up. So now we got the new renovated Strand Encore theater. Yeah. So that's a great addition to Atmore, changing the face or the look of downtown. And so here we are, getting people excited about investment opportunities, and spending money here, keeping our revenue here in Atmore, creating business opportunity for our youth, and bringing more minority youth, and learning them and showing them how this thing works.
That particular picture you show there, it talks about that Studio 10 show. That was something that the city paid for as a tourism campaign.
Okay, great.
We have a tourism campaign to get people to move to Atmore, to get people to just visit us. They don't have to stay, but then we're trying to bring them downtown where the moms and pops are. Okay. We don't want them just to spend money out at the casino.
Right.
And the casino wants to bring them downtown. So they'll have something to do and come right on back.
Yeah.
So it's amazing what that done for us. That show, brought us to the light, and that tourism campaign that was kicked off this year is vital. We have people moving back to Atmore to start businesses.
Right.
And you're in that class, and we had maybe 3 or 4 people that were not even from Atmore.
Atmore, right. Yeah. And I heard that the Airbnbs are getting some traction as well because
they do.
Of the casino. And they were telling me the rates and money and I went, they were showing my friend of mine, showing me some availabilities and how much they were getting for weekend
You wouldn't
rentals.
realize how many we have here.
Yeah, and I was like, man, yeah, I was like, 'cause I got a couple of rental properties in Broome and Evergreen. I said, I don't know if they'll work up there now.
They kind of work everywhere.
Yeah,
They really
so
do.
yeah, so here.
Monroeville has a lot of that going on.
Oh, they do?
They had, I will say it, like an angel investor, but he's an investor and he has over 246, maybe 10 Airbnbs downtown Monroeville.
Wow,
They sit
wow.
on top of the buildings. He have one that's the old jail, the
Okay.
old jailhouse. He made them 4 Airbnbs.
Wow.
Yes.
So I got a nice property up in Evergreen off of Bruner Street, and so it's a corner lot. Yeah. And so I was like, man, maybe that's something because it's on the main street where the mayor lives up there in Evergreen. I was like, wow, because really it's close, and so wow, that's a good idea. So hey, Airbnb, downtown district, grant availabilities. And then we're going to talk about our last question is the advantages of opening a business in the district.
Yeah.
And so she's going to summarize all of that and then begin to give us a little bit more insight and information that creates a flavor and a hunger for entrepreneurs and business owners to get started.
Yeah.
Talk about that.
So one of the main, I mean, if we had to be honest, when you hear that you can get the free money and the grants are, a way to help you, give your hand up in starting your business. We create a solid business plan for you and your name is known. Because you go through those programs, you talk to bankers.
Let me stop you right there. You said create a great business plan. Say if I came with an idea and that idea wasn't quite the thing that would, launch me. So that's what the business plan would do. It would kind of give me the ins and outs and project if I stay with this business plan or this idea, this is what the revenue I could expect to make and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Correct.
It'll teach you when you're ready to go out into a brick and mortar, or if you're going to ever be able to do it in this area. Because see, this shirt may sell for $20 here, but we go down to Boca Raton, this same shirt is $50.
Right. Okay.
With the same markup.
Right.
But they make just as much money as you do.
Right.
At 30%.
Yeah.
And so it's about getting into an area and knowing your market of what you're trying to do. The great advantages of Main Street is that we have marketing studies done right here in Atmore, on Atmore.
Wow.
So I can tell you, hey, we don't need any more grocery stores. Or if someone says we don't need another restaurant, I beg to differ. We have the information showing where we need and where we're slacking. And so it tells you what markets we need and the amount in that market that we need.
Right, yeah. Because like what we also launched is the Gulf Coast Family Network. So we got underneath that we doing professional grade commercials, business owners and stuff like that. And so to get us in there to think about some things. But I just want to get back to the youth. I want to get back to the middle age people that living here in Atmore. I mean, it's never too late, And then say you always had a dream. But now here it is, you have access
to
knowledge and to see something that you had a dream about starting a business maybe 10 or 15 years ago. And now you can bring that thing up to, to being something that's real, making some income. So if anybody can come and start a business making $1,000, either $500 or $1,000 or $1,500, $2,000 a month, man, that's a game changer.
It is. It really is. Yeah. And with that business plan, you learn how fast you need to go or how much you're going to have to grow to get to the level you want to be. It may take you maybe 3 months to get people to grab hold to what you have to offer. But then it may be day one.
Right.
Grizzlies and owls, big owls.
Yeah.
Big owls. Grizzlies were so successful when they opened their restaurant until they immediately thought about opening something else.
Wow.
Their thought was that they were going to go out of town.
Yeah.
But the business here was so good.
Yeah.
That's when they decided to do Fat Owls.
Oh, okay.
And because of their business plan and knowing where they were, the market, they were able to open Fat Owls. They did not even announce an opening date until the morning of. And they were still packed.
Come on.
Because of the need.
Yeah.
And they searched their market.
Right. And found that out. Yeah.
And they found that out. They bought onto the nugget of nobody's open on Sundays and Mondays.
Right.
They are.
Okay. Wow. So great. Oh, come on. So that business plan, that's for existing business owners as well. Yeah, so man, I need to do that as well. And so here it is, another nugget that we can take and put into our toolbox to help us grow our business, become wealthy and successful. And so when the business comes successful, it trains other people, friends, family members. So it's a legacy that's carried on because the knowledge that you gain, it's conversational for everybody in your family.
And we keep the people in the district, those owners that have been there 30 years.
Yeah.
We still go in and give knowledge to them. Okay. We still extend out that olive branch. We go to them and I'll say, hey, well, Miss Joyce, how's your sales? She was like, they don't do this and they don't do this. Okay, so let's see what we can do to resolve it. Can you imagine someone coming in to help you to resolve?
Yeah, probably.
And that's what we do. We help you to stay successful. We don't want anybody to leave.
That's right.
Yeah.
And so I need to get that olive branch because I got some stuff I want to say.
Yes, sir.
So we want, and also we have started our new television network, WJM-TV. And so it's airing 24/7. But what we're trying to do now is get permission from ministries and to create. We got content, but now we're reaching out to get other content, get permission and start to build that network and our scheduling. So we want to be able to, have shows like this, for its business side, information that could bring that's a value to the community, and having contact information so people can reach out and begin to be successful.
Yeah, and then you could even reach out to the ones that are downtown to do ads on your show. If it's not a commercial, that we pay for, just like the little ribbons that we have up. Those things are valuable.
Okay.
And because most people, we have studies showing how much that generation that we're trying to reach, the millennials and a little bit younger, that they don't watch TV in real time.
Right.
So having a commercial on something that they can make a click to watch, it is imperative to reach that. To reach those people, that group of people, you have to do it on social media.
Right.
And you'll find we do classes that show, now they're Instagramming. So you need things that goes, you have to reach further and beyond what people are watching. You have to bring it to them.
That's right. Because I think they got a class, digital class, marketing class.
Digital boot camp.
Yeah, I just signed up for it. I think it's
November 19th.
And so in Bruton, I'll be there at 8:30. Yeah, so I signed up for that. I saw that, which is great, man. Let me tell you something. It's been a great interview. Let's do a little recap. We talked about Main Street benefits in the city. We talked about starting more entrepreneur classes. That's great. We talked about grant availability and the advantages of opening up a business in the district. And so this has been a great interview, very informative. And let me put up Ms. Shinora, the executive director, Main Street Atmore. Let me put up her contact information, and that way you can see it, you can have it. It's available to anyone that want to reach out to her. And if you think about starting that business, I'm telling you, this is a great time to do it.
And that's my personal cell. You can email me, text, or you can text me. I was talking to a young man about his business on Sunday afternoon.
Okay.
Sunday evening, I was actually at a hospital with a family member, and we're talking about how to get him more business. I tell you, if you give me 50% of your time to want to run your business, I'm going to put my 200% into you.
Well, you got another customer right here, because I'm coming to see you.
It feels good to get paid to do something you love to do. I've been commissioned to help people, and now I get paid to do it. What could be better?
So, man, we were running up on 43 minutes, but we got a couple of more pictures I want to show, and then we're going to close out. That's one right there coming across the, Main Street downtown. Here it is again. We showed that one already. And here it is. That's the old Strand Theater there. And so we're just so excited about Miss Shinora and the accomplishments that God has given an opportunity to do. And so we're just asking her just to speak to some young person that, or some person that, that you feel that you need to say something to, and that'll close out our interview. And we're so grateful, and thank you for joining us today.
Okay, so I would like to tell the young people, it is possible. When you sit in the room with these older adults, our last class had adults and one 17-year-old. Not only did I pour into Ariana, they did also. And she honestly won $3,500. I'm sorry, $3,500 to not start her business, so to speak, because she has to get trained. We agreed to give it to her to get the training that she needs to do her business.
Wow, that's awesome.
And so it is, we are out for the youth. We want you all to have all that knowledge. We're even working with the school system to give you a credit for investing into yourself.
Wow. Awesome.
And we're investing in our people, and we just need you to invest in yourself just a little bit. And we'll get you all the way.
People, you got your money worth today. Like you say, I'm your host, Wayne Johnson, Urban One 2018. Here we go. We got our talk show host here. So, man, we're excited. We're excited. Miss Shinora Redmond, and we just want to thank you for coming by, giving us some of your time.
Thank you so much.
God bless you, and take care, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Welcome, everyone, to the Urban One 2018 show. I'm your host, Wayne Johnson, and I'm thrilled to have you here with me today. As we embark on this exciting journey together, I want to let you know that this show is all about you, the topics, the questions, and the ideas that matter most to you. So whether you're a curious mind looking to learn something new, a seasoned professional seeking a fresh perspective, or just someone who loves good conversation, you're in the right place. Each episode of the Urban One 2018 show is designed to bring you a mix of thought-provoking interviews with some of the brightest minds in the industry. We'll explore the issues that are shaping our world today and uncover the trends that will shape our future. So sit back, relax, and let's dive right in. The Urban One 2018 show is here to guide you through the complexities of modern life and help you make sense of the world around you. Thanks for tuning in, and let's get started.